Today, I welcome you to another session with Assign Debt Recovery. I believe your week has been great and I believe you're enjoying the weather at this current moment. So, we meet today. I'm having another topic for us to talk about, to deal with, and then, through your suggestions, your comments, and then as well as anything you want to say on it. Last week, we finished our topic on understanding the concept of financial literacy. And this week, today, we'll be discussing, let me use that word, discussing on the benefit of a good credit score when taking a loan. Benefit of a good credit score when taking a loan. Basically, there's no actual number when you're talking about having a good credit score. But before I talk about that, what do I mean by credit score? I said credit score can be classified or can be defined as a number that portrays an individual financial status. And such number, that is, if the number is good, it gives that individual a privilege to have some financial opportunities. Now, what do I mean? Let me break down credit score. Let me break it down to be more understandable. What I mean by that word credit score, I'm giving an example. In an exam where we have over 100, some people get 100, some get 50, some even had privilege of having 20, and some nothing. So now, when it comes to the aspect of financial status, your financial stability, your record, basically, we all have credit scores. And there are some people that their credit score is 1,000, some is 800, some is even 0. Now, for those people that are 0, that means they are, I don't want to use the word chronic debtors. They really don't have the privilege to be able, maybe they borrow money and they couldn't pay, they default all the time, and their record has gone so bad. And we'll talk about what happens when you have a bad credit score. But today we'll be talking about the benefits of that you have credit score. So what are the benefits? And like I said it's a number that portrays a financial status of an individual. So for an individual who is planning to, you want to take a loan, you wish to have a loan, you want to do anything, and these are the things they need to check. What is your credit score? Is your credit score good? Do you have histories of, maybe you've taken loan in a long time and you didn't repay? They need to check all those things in detail so that they can know, as a money lender, who is willing and is ready to give out his or her money. Will be able to know that, yes, okay, this person will not take my money and run away. But this person, okay, if I borrow this person my money, the person would definitely pay back. And under this credit score, when they are making all this research, it's basically part of what money lenders do when they are doing, we talk about due diligence. They need to do their due diligence, their proper background check on who this person is. So part of what they check is your credit score. They need to know and be sure and be certain that, okay, this person is capable of, okay, whatsoever you want to use the money to do, you're capable of using the money, and you are faithful enough that definitely you would refund the money. And like I said, when I said there is no actual number that could be characterized as, okay, this number is a good credit score. To some people, they might say, okay, maybe your credit score, they are using a percentage of 100%. To some people, it might be even a percentage of 1,000. So it depends. There's no actual, but in as much as your credit score or your figure is not 0, when it is 0, it's definitely bad. So in as much as it's not 0, in as much as, let's say it's on excellent, very good, good, fair, bad, and poor. Like how we used to use the back days in secondary and primary schools, when they want to give records. Yes, when they want to give records of positions, they'll tell us, okay, this person has excellent result, this person has very good, this person is good, this person is fair, and you know when you are saying poor, that means it's very bad. So now, going further, like I said, more money lenders basically they use credit score to assess and also to be sure that okay, this person, whosoever he or she of the person could be, is faithful and the person will be able to pay back. And so we'll be talking about what are the benefits of you having a good credit score. Without not wasting much of our time, the first benefit of when you have a good credit score, you know, it gives you more privilege, more opportunity to financial doors. Like you have more financial doors open onto you. And what do I mean by that? You know, you tend to have offers of okay, they are willing to borrow you money without even you even asking. You know, there's some loan side that will just reach out to you and you be like, you didn't request for loan, you didn't tell them you need a loan. That's basically because they've been able to do a round figure check on okay, the name and the name of this person, what is the records, how are these financial histories been so far. So as an individual, if you have a good credit score, trust me, you get to have more opportunities to financial doors because you can just reach out to people, even money lenders, even individuals that are into money lending. Because of your credit score, they are ready. They are ready to okay say yes, this person is capable of handling if we give him the money. So let's give him the money. They have easy access to trust you that okay, you will definitely pay back. Secondly, I said when you have a good credit score, you know you have ability to higher amounts when you are taking your loan. And you know credit score, you have to grow it. It's a gradual process. So when your credit score is on the excellence level, you know you can, they've already been able to trust you enough to say okay, they can borrow you a sum of 1 million, they know you will pay back with ease. You have privilege to huge amounts, to larger amounts. Or like when someone has a bad credit score or a low credit score, to someone that is having a low credit score, that's when you don't get the privilege to say you don't get the privilege to say you have access to money that is in millions. Maybe they can still just try to give you maybe 10,000, 20,000. If you are saying that kind of thing, then definitely you've not built your credit score to a level of them saying yes, you've passed. You are now in an excellent stage for them to say okay, they want to give you money. So if your credit score is on the low side or on the poor aspect, you really have a lot of work to do. Also, I said when you have a good credit score, it's also give the individual as a person the ability to negotiate freely. Now, what do I mean by that? You know, when you have an excellent credit score, for example, and you want to borrow maybe let's say million, let's say maybe 2 million, and you're saying okay, you will pay back in within 6 months, and the interest they are giving you is really not fair enough for you, because of your credit score, they can still come to a consideration of saying okay, you've been a good person so far, you've been working with us, we've observed your credit score so far, so let's come to an agreement on this percentage, this is the amount you will pay, this is this, that is that. They are able to, you are able to negotiate freely. Unlike when you have a bad credit score or a low credit score and they said okay, oh, they want to borrow you 100,000 within 6 months and you will pay, let's just say, it's just an example, I'm not saying maybe when you borrow 100,000 they will give you pay that amount, no, I'm just saying, and they say okay, you will pay a sum of 150,000. Because your credit score is low, you really don't have that let me use the word grace. You really don't have that grace to say, sir, can I pay 10,000? Basically, the person will just feel like, this person is not serious, I can't borrow you the person. And meanwhile, even considering the fact that when you have a good credit score, money lenders are willing, they really want to give you the money. But when you have a bad credit score and you are still trying to negotiate, most of money lenders who want to give you higher amounts for you to repay. When they say, okay, they are borrowing 100,000, they tell you to pay 200. Basically, they might feel, okay, even if we borrow this person, he's not going to pay us our money back. So let's just tell him an higher amount of repayment so that he will not be able to take the loan, and so on and so forth, like that. So for an individual who has an excellent credit score, you get to have that more ability to negotiate. It's so easy. It's come with ease because you know what you're doing, and they also know that, okay, this, their funds, their money is in a safe hands. And also, when you have a good credit score, now it's, as an individual also, it helps to secure an individual, financial and personal record for future purpose. Now, what do I mean by that? Majority of us might not really know, but there are some organizations, there are some financial organizations, financial institutions that when you are looking for jobs, they tend to ask for your bank statements, maybe how much were you paid in your former place of work, and most of them would tend to ask for your bank statement. In fact, they went so forward to ask that, okay, can we speak to your former employee? Reason why they are basically doing all this is because they really want to be sure, they are doing their due diligence to know, especially for financial institutes whereby they deals with all this monetary services and the likes, and they really want to be sure if you are not the debt person, if you are not the kind of person that I don't want to use the word my younger sister used to use, it just came to my mind, blow hands. What does that mean? Like thief. So if you're not that kind of person, so, and why they are doing all these things, they are checking your credit score, they are checking if you are not a debtor, they are checking if you don't owe, they are checking if, okay, the way you spend, the way you manage all your financial assets, everything is perfect. It's not like they would give you a sum of money and then the next thing you're nowhere to be found. So as an individual, when you have an excellent credit score, you have the opportunity, you have the privilege to keep your financial record and even your personal record. You have it to be safe and secure. And trust me, this guarantee most people for future sake, where they get the privilege to, when they are talking and they're in society, behind your back, you might not know, but trust me, most financial institutions do their due diligence to that extent to make sure that this person can be a trustworthy person. And so lastly, when you have a good credit score, lastly, for the benefit of having a good credit score, you as an individual, you have easy access and better access to all social amenities such as insurance, such as maybe you are planning to have to go for accommodation loans, insurance, maybe you have life insurance, you have health insurance, all insurance, even medical bills and the likes like that. As an individual with higher and excellent credit score, this gives you the ability to be open to various and better social amenities, especially when it comes to this accommodation. Let's say you are going for accommodation loan. Even within the state and federal government, they talk about mortgage loan. They just don't give someone a mortgage loan if that person haven't passed the necessary credit score they might have set. And if your credit score is really that bad, then you tend to not to have privilege to all these things, to all these benefits. So I want you all to know that having a good credit score fundamentally influences every individual financial life. So we as an individual, I want to inform and advise everyone to work on our credit score, work on our personal credit score. We've been talking about understanding financial literacy for a couple of weeks. These are part of what we need to understand as an individual. And part of what we need to understand is our credit score. As an individual, we really need to work and build a good credit score, because you might not know, it might circumstances might come whereby you might need an emergency fund and might require you to do unnecessary things you need to do, and at the end of the day it might just be maybe because you have a poor credit score, a bad credit score, you're not getting that privilege to get what you need at that time. So as an individual, everybody out there, friends watching us, I want you to have it at the back of our mind that we really need to grow our credit score. We really need to check our credit score because it affects, it influences our financial life. And basically, you know, money lenders, those people borrowing people money, and all sorts of financial institution, you know, when you have a good and excellent credit score, it gives them the choice to offer to you, if it is a loan, even if it is grants, whatsoever you are wishing to do at that current time. Maybe you're going for you want to go and study outside and you need some money. As a money lender, when an individual have a good credit score, it gives money lenders the privilege, the willingness to say, okay, yes, this person is going to pay back, this person trusts us, we trust this person and is going to pay back. So our dear viewers, we've come to the end of today's session, and like we said from the beginning of the session, that having a good credit score is very essential, very fundamental for everyone's financial life. I would like you all to withdraw today's curtain of today's session here today, and we'll always be ready to give you more and more topics for us to talk about. Thank you for joining us. We love you, and you're always in our mind. My name remains Oluwatayo Iyanolowa. Have a wonderful day and have a great weekend. Bye.